Hello, hello, hello. We are live.
Hello. Oh, hello.
You're in a very dark blue room.
I know.
I don't know what we've done here. So, yeah, we've been playing a bit. Gosh, aren't our faces very red?
We've got something wrong with the settings because we're not that red.
No.
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah,
We've got, that's why we put it in place. Is it the glow from the fire? It can't be.
No. And it's definitely not suntan. Even though we're in Spain, it's not been that warm.
It's not warm at all. I've got my hoodie on. It's freezing.
And there's a fire going.
And I'm still cold.
And you're still cold. So, let me just make sure that we're on and working.
We're definitely on because I can see people. Can we get thumbs up if you can hear us and see us? Some thumbs up.
Good.
No thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting some thumbs up.
I saw us briefly, very briefly. You know, it's funny because you just look back and you think, oh, was on, and then when you look back and you think, what were you talking about? Of course you were on. Everybody's getting frustrated that you're asking.
I know, it's annoying that I think they need to come up with a better system.
There's a delay.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a delay. So,
I know, but there needs to be a better system.
There does need to be a better system. So, how you all doing? You've recovered from Saturday's caking all over the world. That was a big one. Some huge big guests, and I've been busy the last couple of days trying to get all the videos from Saturday uploaded. I think there's 3 still to go. Excuse me. Hopefully the voice isn't. I think there's 3 still to go, and then that will be all of the first week and all of Saturday's up. So I got up as far as Paul, but Vimeo, that's who hosts the videos. You might have seen that the website videos were down for a short period, but that wasn't the website, that was Vimeo right across the world, and I guess that's probably a lot to do with the number of people that are streaming at the moment.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not seeing any comments because I'm looking at the...
There's no comments. Karen's just said hello, so hi Karen.
Oh.
Rona Clark's on. We've got Alison, Kim, Chrissy, Elizabeth, Nicola, Melin. Is it Melin? Melin? I think Melin is watching.
Good.
Oh
yeah, I can see plenty of numbers on, so I think there's...
Helen across the road. Hi Helen.
Yeah, we've got a blue screen on because we didn't go into the studio because Paul's been busy today making
Royal
Icing. So we're at the
so
nearly
right
the second...
Where are we? Yeah, where is it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Look, we're doing that Royal Icing for this.
For the Cake
Beep,
Flicks
beep,
Master.
beep.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep.
So, so it's been busy. We're very nearly over the finishing line in terms of filming, etc. But there's a whole tidal wave of checkers coming along in the background.
I know, but it's really...
I was going to say, it's quite funny because Cecilia Young, who's doing the checking and the writing of a lot of the notes and things and put some of the questions and the tests together, who was Paul's tutor, if you didn't already know. And it's funny, it's like Paul's back at college because
I don't like it.
She picks Paul up if he touches his hair.
I keep doing, yeah, right, okay, so we're going to move on to this bit. And then I go, okay, so, right, we're going to move on to this bit. And I didn't realise how many times we do it, so I think Matthew's been banking it. It's really bad, isn't it? I shouldn't be touching my hair.
No, and I've just
or my
touched
face.
my nose. Especially at the moment, we should be very conscious of these things. So
we're not sunburned. We don't know what it is.
No,
there's something to do with the settings.
It is, yeah, because we've got, as you can tell, a green screen behind, but it's needing better lighting. Solid lighting through in the studio.
Yeah, it's very odd.
We'll get there. It's all everything's work in progress.
But I tell you something, we're doing the Royal Icing. Just go back to the Royal Icing for the Cake Flicks Master, and obviously I developed the way I ganache my cakes is from learning from doing it from Royal Icing from way back, and of course it's been that long since I then went back to doing Royal Icing. Gosh, it's been strange, and it was so strange. I was going to say ganaching Royal Icing a cake. It's just been the strangest feeling. And before that felt like the natural thing to Royal Ice, and now it just feels like the alien thing. So I spent a whole day just perfecting it again. But it's been really nice, and it's actually quite refreshing to go back to using it again.
Well, it's
so
funny
I'm
because
quite excited.
You came in. I mean, you haven't really done much in the way of Royal Icing.
No.
But this has been the filming of the Cake Flicks Master tutorial that he was most worried about, and you came through. I mean, every hour or so there was a eureka moment. But I mean, there's some great books. Eddie Spence is amazing. Even watching Kerry Griffiths' videos on Capeflix was a huge help. So it's great just to go back. I mean, things that we learned you learned.
Okay, Kerry's been a huge help because he goes into so much detail, and of course when I check the videos, I don't listen to the whole thing, so it's actually been quite nice just sitting down with a cup of tea and just taking it all in. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah.
Oh gosh, lots of joy. And there was us thinking we were on our own tonight. So hi Rona, Caroline from Edinburgh's on. Yep, everybody thinks our faces are burnt.
I know. We've been inside literally. I've been outside this morning to walk the dogs.
Yeah.
And did you walk them tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. That's it. So I got in the car yesterday to go and get some shopping last night, and I keep forgetting the supermarkets close at 7, or the Mercadona close at 7, and I thought it was 10 to, and I thought no, I'm going out anyway because I need to get out of this house. I've been in here for 4 or 5 days. I just need to get out. And I got in the car, and you know that couple of seconds you forget how to drive. You switch the engine on, and it's, you know, you've been on holiday for a while, and then you come back, and then it just feels alien. And I was like, God, I've not even been anywhere, and it feels alien to drive the car. So yeah.
But I think everybody's in the same position at the moment. Life just isn't what it was, is it? So. And that's why we're wanting to do as many lives as we can. So what we're going to do, the format tonight, because Paul's I think we had 3 or 4 lives last week. So we did one live, the geraniums tutorial, which was just our Premium and Pro members, which is now live on the site to Premium and Pro members with all the edits and things.
Yeah.
And of course we'll get Keating All Over the World on Saturday. So what we decided to do tonight was to show you Paul making, so this was a pre-filmed tutorial. But what we're going to be doing is popping our little heads in the corner. So we'll be watching all the comments coming in. So ask any questions that you like. We'll be listening in. But hopefully you'll enjoy this. There are 4 little lessons.
Yeah.
Let me just.
I actually loved making this cake.
Yeah.
It was our friend's birthday last year.
Yep.
Yeah. So and have you got? No.
No.
And so it was really nice, and it was a surprise because of course they didn't know they were getting a rainbow cake inside, so that was really nice.
Yeah. So gosh, I've got Elisa from Texas, Dave from South Africa.
I think Alan's on. Did I just see Alan's name coming up there?
Yeah. Barbara, Michelle from South Africa, Shafina from Sheffield, Liz from New York, and Margaret's on from Kilmarnock. I feel like I know you already, Margaret, because you're from Kilmarnock. That's where my dad was from, and the football team I support. So Nisha's on from New Zealand, and Sharon's on from Manchester, and lots of folk coming on. So
Kevin and Inverness, yeah.
Brilliant. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put on Paul's tutorial and just turn those down a little bit so you don't get deafened. And as I say, you'll see a little picture in the corner, so we will be watching. But please keep your comments coming in. We will be answering them, so we can either answer them as part of the text feed, or we can maybe stop the video and just have a little bit of a gab. So, and
it feels weird, doesn't it? It feels strange that I've not got my whites on and I'm in Paul hyper 5 mode.
No, but it's me that's in hyper 5, making sure all the technical stuff works.
No, so it's quite nice. Gosh, we've got loads popping on. Hello.
So what we're going to do, we'll start with 15 minutes of Paul talking about his ingredients and preparing the batter. And what I'll do while this is on, I'll drop the tools and ingredients will be included in the comments. So we'll pop a message in with a download, so you can just print them off and watch this back and make this amazing rainbow cake. So it's not just baking the cake, you go on to decorate it with buttercream.
No, Swiss meringue buttercream.
Oh gosh,
nothing. Yes. No ordinary buttercream.
No ordinary buttercream.
No, and it's. I must admit, I was a bit dubious about making a Swiss meringue, and I must admit, it gives such a nice finish. Really sharp, not too sweet. Very nice.
Will we go through part 1 then?
Go for it.
Are you all ready? Fastening your seatbelts.
I'm so
ready
excited.
For a rainbow cake. Right. I was going to say we'll be back soon, but we'll be hiding in the corner.
Yeah, I'm going to get a cup of tea now.
We'll see you in a minute, and enjoy.
Okay, so let's get making this lovely rainbow cake. So I can see here, I've got the ingredients all ready to go. So we've got it's a one kg of unsalted butter. We've got 1 kg of caster sugar and 1 kg of self-rising flour, and we have 10 large eggs. Okay, we have 10 tablespoons of milk, and we have some vanilla extract. So that's all we need for the base of this cake. So so make sure your butter's definitely nice and very, very soft. You can see here just the scraper's going right through it. Okay, so nice and soft. So what we want to do first of all is we want to pop that in the mixer. So let's pop that in. Go. And we're just going to give that a quick beat just to make it nice and fluffy before we add in the egg, the sugar. Okay, so just pop that in there, chuck that in there, and then just pop this back on again. Excuse the squeak. It's one of those paddles that scrapes the bowl. I was trying to adjust it one day and I thought, why can I not? Then I realised it's because it's one of those scraper ones that's going to happen, isn't it? Okay, so I just want to leave that on, just a little bit higher maybe, just to bring it nice and fluffy. Okay, so that's just been worked up there, and it's nice and fluffy. Okay, so that's fine, it's going nice and white as well. So then what we want to do is actually just leave that up. We just want to pop in the 1 kg of caster sugar in. And again, just pop that down. Okay, and just switch that on. And again, we just want to go nice, light and fluffy. So just leave that on there for about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, so you can see here, look how beautiful that is. Now, because I've got the scraper, I don't have to scrape the bowl down, but at this stage I normally recommend scraping the bowl down, just to make sure you've got all the bits up from the bottom. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to add the eggs next. Okay, so I've got the eggs here, so it's best if you just get a little whisk when you've got so many, and they just pour easier into the mix. Okay. Pop that in there. So here. Okay, and we just want to add just a little bit at a time. Now, it's always good to have a spoon nearby. Now I haven't put my spoon in the sink, so I'll just use a palette knife. So if it goes a little bit curdled, you can just sprinkle a little bit of flour in there, just to stop it the curdling from happening. Okay, so just pop the egg in. So just a little bit at a time. And just watch it and let that come together. It goes a little bit curdly looking, but it very quickly comes back. Usually at the end when you add the last bit of egg in, it can sometimes just look a bit curdly, so that's why you just quickly chuck some flour in. There we go, so that's it came together, and then again just the same thing again. And then just repeat that process until all the eggs in. Okay, so last batch, so just let you see what the mixture looks like. You can see it's got a kind of fluffiness, almost curdled, but just no more. So I have added a few teaspoons, a few spoons of flour in there. Okay, so let's just get this last bit added. So last bit in, and as I say, it looks really, really curdled. So what I do is I normally just put a couple of spoonfuls of flour in there, just to bring it together. Yeah, so that's come together nicely. Yeah, so it's just a little bit more, just to bring it together. We're just about to add the flour anyway. There we go. So that looks nice. Okay, and then just speed up a little bit more, and just bring that together. Now make sure you definitely sieve your flour before you put it in, so there's no lumps. Okay, so that looks good. So just stop that. Oh, got a little bit that's fallen over the side there. Where'd that come from? There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is add about 1/3 of the flour. I was going to say icing sugar. Okay, pop that down. And what I like to do is just do a little pulse. I've not got the lid for it. So just a little pulse, and it just lets the flour fall into all the wee cracks, so you're not getting a big powder. And then what I do is I leave it a little bit longer every time. Right, that's it. Yeah. And there we go. And just put that together. I try to do, sometimes I forget and I do a pulse it a little bit. If you do it a little bit, it just goes on almost full speed straight away. So just make sure you just do it yourself. Okay, and then that's that added already. So I'm just going to stop that again, and then just do the exact same again another 2 times, okay? Okay, so that's the flour all mixed up. So what we want to do, I've got my 10 tablespoons of milk, and all you want to add is about roughly 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I never really measure it. I always just kinda, there we go. Lovely like that. Just pop it in there, and then just get a little whiskey, and just, and you can see the colour. So you can see that it's got a nice colour there like that, okay? In fact, it just looks a little bit pale, so I'm going to just pop a wee bit more in. There we go, a wee bit more for good measures. Now this vanilla that I'm using, I think it's a vanilla flavour. It's not the extract. It's in Spanish, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's just a flavour. But I do prefer using the extract, but it's got the wee bits in it. But still smells really nice, so it should be good. Okay, so just switch it on. The reason why I'm not using the extract one is it's ran out of date, and I just don't want to use it. Right, so just switch it on the low speed, and all I want to do is just slowly just add the milk and the vanilla mix in there. Okay. Okay, so I'll just add that in and then leave it on for about 2 or 3 minutes just to bind it together on a sort of medium speed. Okay, so well, not so on a medium speed. Okay, so what we should have done there was I should have weighed the bowl before we put all the ingredients in. So what I've got to do is we need to work out how to divide it into 7. So I'm going to scrape this all into this bowl here. There's a wee top tip. If you're watching this first, weigh the bowl first, and then you can just set the bowl on the scales and work it out that way. Okay, so it just means to have less dishes to wash. Okay, so we just want to scrape this down, and then just plump it all in the bowl to get the measurements. Now remember, put it to 0 when you've got your bowl on top. Right, so just make sure you've got all scraped out. We don't want any waste. Cool, there we go. Right, now, so that's coming in the same as the same as the last time we made it. So it's 3.6 kg. Okay. Now I'm sure, if I remember correctly, that works out around about 514 grams. But as I'm not very good at maths, I shall just grab my trusty calculator phone and let's just see. So 3,600 divided by 7 equals 514 grams. So there we go. There we are. Right. So if we move this big chap out of the way, and all we have to do is just get the scales. Remember to 0 them, because each one can be slightly different. That one's the same. And I just want to add in the 514 grams. I'm going to lift this up and let the gravity. That's better. Okay, so that's 330. 430, 500, oops, 539. So it just shows you it doesn't seem that much. There we go. That's it. Well, 513. So let's just put that 14 on there. There we go. All right. So we just times that by 7. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to add the colour to the mix, so you can see I've got them all divided up, lovely. So what I'm using here is the gel colours. These are rainbow dust gel colours, and we have the whole rainbow here. So we're going to have, starting from purple, then going to sort of burgundy, but I put a splash of purple in there just to sort of get a nice indigo sort of colour. And then obviously we've got then the green, the blue, the orange, the yellow, and then finishing off with red. Now I'm going to use ruby red just as a little bit darker for the colour. So all I want to do, I've got my 7 spoons here, is just pop in some of the, there we go. Don't put too much in because they're concentrated, so they're quite strong colours. Just get your little spoon and you just want to kind of fold it in. Don't go mental because you don't want to lose all those nice, lovely fluffy sponge mix that we've got there. And you can see there the colour starting to sort of get mixed through. So it's quite a time-consuming job, and I'm really just new to all this. So I've been doing some practicing. As you know, I'm a chocolate man, so I love my chocolate cake. But I thought I had to get a little bit more. Now I'm wondering if that's maybe just a little bit too pale. So I'm just going to add a little bit more in. There we go, one more dollop. And then just mix that in there. So for the next one, just do the same again, and then once you've got that sort of burgundy colour, just add a wee drop of the purple in, and it just gives it a nice colour. Yeah, so that looks a bit more intense, the colour. Because obviously when it bakes, you can lose some of the colour. So that looks good. So that looks fine. So for the next one, I'll just quickly do the next one, and then I'll just do the rest off camera. So the burgundy, and there, that's fine. There we go. And you see it sort of obviously goes that reddy maroon colour. So you can see that reddy colour there, and then we just want to add another wee bit of that purple in just to sort of take the redness from it. Just dulls it down a little bit. Yeah, you see the colour mixing through there. Perfect. Alright, so that looks like a nice, you can see there, it really works really well together. Alright, so let's get busy. Alrighty, so there we go, that was fast. So what I want to do now is we just want to pop, you can see I've just put some butter, well it was actually some margarine, and then a little bit of flour in there just to stop them from sticking to the bottom. Now the spoons, we don't really need the spoons, I don't know why I left the spoons in, so you just want to just get rid of the excess of the spoon. There we go, chuck that in beside the rest, and we just want to scrape this all into that. There we go, look at that. There we go. Let's get it all out. Like that. Okay. Now if you just grab a small palette knife, and all we want to do is just this little cranked palette knife, and of course we just want to level it off. Remember, it's always make sure it's a little bit lower in the middle so that it doesn't have a big crown when it comes out. And there we go. Alright, so just repeat the process for the other 6. Alright. Okay, so there we go. So that's the cakes all filled. So I've got the oven set at 170. So we just want to open up. Now, the cakes, I can't get all the cakes in, unfortunately, at one shot. So I'm just going to pop in 2 on top and then 2 below. Oh, why is that not going in? Oh. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So I was going to set that for 20 minutes. Now, just remember, what I found is that the ones with the darker food colouring sometimes take a little bit longer. No idea why. So just make sure you just test it with your little what's it called? What's that little thing called? Bamboo stick. Make sure it's just nice and spongy and it comes out nice and clean. And then repeat the same process for the other 3. Okay, so so back in a wee bit.
Gosh,
How was that?
doesn't it make it look so easy?
Apart from these 2 idiots that kept appearing in the bottom
That
corner.
was so funny.
Yeah.
I thought, well, we can't speak. What are we supposed to do?
Well, we could speak, but we
I
didn't
know.
want to interrupt the commentary.
No, so we thought we'd just do bobbleheads instead.
Bobbleheads, yeah,
Which is
but
quite funny.
just to prove we hadn't fallen asleep and we were still there.
Yeah, lots of good questions coming in actually.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, and it's good to see where everyone's from. So please post where you're from, where you're watching from. Your time zone would be good, what time it is. And also, if you would, or please could you, it'd be lovely for you to post, share this live on your cake group, friends type thing. Is it? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michelle McCauley just said, tip for your mixing, passed on to me. If I may be so cheeky, just add the colour to a spoonful of mixture, mix it through thoroughly, then you can just fold into the mixture much easier and keeps it all lovely and keeps in all that lovely air.
Oh, so the same as sugar paste. That's people with sugar paste.
Yeah.
You just colour a little bit of sugar paste, make it intense, and then mix it in. So the exact same thing. Good idea.
Yep. All good.
Good.
So, well, are we ready for lesson 2? What is lesson 2? You'll be able to remember.
Well, it'll be the cakes coming out and leveling the cakes, and then it will be then on to making the buttercream.
Buttercream.
Swiss
So,
meringue.
Swiss meringue, no less. So we're ready for, looks like you're about to start baking.
Oh, wait now, what am I doing? Oh, we're making the Swiss meringue next.
Ah.
Oh, because the cakes are in the oven.
Oh,
Silly Billy.
gosh, you'd think this was live, wouldn't you? Right. Okay,
Right.
Well, we shall pass you over to the lovely Chef Paul, and then we'll be back in 6 minutes.
Okay,
See you soon.
enjoy.
So we're now going to move on to making the Swiss meringue buttercream. Now, I've got a confession to make. I have never made it before. So I decided, as most of you will know, that I don't do buttercream at all. It's always ganache. And when I first started the business way back, everything was buttercream. So it was American style buttercream, and we did it right up until we crossed over. We started making ganache cakes, then all of a sudden we just stopped doing buttercream altogether. And I've been doing the same for a long time. So I decided the buttercream phase has been around for about 5 or 6 years, and I've managed to skirt my way around it and stick to the ganache. But I thought I need to put my big grown-up pants on and move back over and have a wee shot of the buttercream. So I thought we'll try Swiss meringue buttercream to start with. So what we need is, I've just given this bowl a good old clean out, make sure there's no grease in it, even a little bit of lemon juice or whatever, just to make sure it's completely clean. And what we've got here is, what have we got? Yes, so we've got eight large egg whites in here. Butter, we have 800 grams of unsalted butter, and it's room temperature. You can see how soft it is. Apparently, it's got to be really soft. Okay, and then we have the sugar, which is 700 grams of caster sugar, and we have a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of salt as well. So what we need to do is we need to put the egg white into the bowl. And then we put the sugar into the bowl. We get the whisk, and we just whisk it all together, and we whisk it over a bain-marie. Don't know how bain-marie, same thing. Okay, and you just whisk it until it comes to about 160 degrees, or until there's no grain left. Okay, so what we do now is go next door into the old kitchen, which is going to be embarrassing when you see this nice white one, and we need to put it on a double boiler and bring it up to 160 degrees. So I'm going to nip next door. We might film this or we might not film this, so I might just put words in here, but we'll see. We'll take the cameras and see how the footage works out, okay? Okay, so that's all nice and smooth. There's no grainy bits at all in the mix. So once you've got that, then we just put it on the mixer and then just close that down. And we want to put it to a medium to high speed, okay? Now that'll be about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, because we need to put a lot of air into it, and of course the bowl needs to be completely cold before we can add the butter. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So that's it been whisking up. It's nice and fluffy. Look at that. I'm not going to take it off there because I find it hard to get this off the mixer at the moment. So I'm going to leave it on there, but it's really white and it's got a nice soft peak, sort of stiff, soft peak. Now, it was taking ages to cool down, so I had to pop it in the freezer because it was just taking so long. It's really hot here just now. It's over 40 degrees. And even with the AC on, it's still really hot. So probably not the best time to making buttercream. But never mind. So all I want to do is pop this down, switch it on to just a sort of low speed. And we just want to add the butter just a little bit at a time. Okay, so just pop that in. And we just want to slowly just keep on adding it. Yep, so that's that mixed in. Now, as I say, this is my first time making it. So, from what I can read and what I've seen online, is if you feel that it's looking wrong, just leave it and it'll come back. Okay, so just keep on adding. Okay, so that's too much, just a little dollop at a time. Oops. But you can see how soft it is. Okay, you can see my fingerprint when I put the finger in there. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, and just keep on adding that. Okay. Okay, so I'll just keep on adding. Okay, so there we go. So that's all added, and look at that. Looks amazing. So what we want to do now is, once we've added it all together, we just want to pop in a wee pinch of salt. So just a wee, let's just see. Say about that much salt. Okay, so a wee pinch of salt, and then of course some vanilla. About maybe 2 teaspoons. Okay. A bit more. There we go. Right, and then just switch that back on again. And I just want to give it a little mix up for about 3 or 4 minutes, just on sort of a medium speed. So about there, just for 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so there we go. I think we're all good. Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. Looks amazing. Oops, so lift it up. Look how waxy it is. Wow. It's got a really good structure as well. That's exciting. So there we go. So I went through a bit of a stress phase. I was so stressed I forgot to change over. Now, all the recipes recommend that last part you put on the paddle so you're not putting too much air into the buttercream. Oops, never mind. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to pop this out the way. I'm going to put a little bit of cling film over it. And now we're going to bring the cakes back in. They've been in the oven all that time. They've came out. They're cooling just over there. We'll bring them over. We're going to now cut them up, stack it, and then get this cake all buttercreamed. It's weird saying that. I usually say let's get it all ganached. So let's get it all buttercreamed. Okay, so back in a wee jiffy.
Oh, I do love my Cake Flicks coffee.
Yes.
So, did you see my blue shorts? You can tell that was filmed in the summer.
40 degrees. It's not been that for a while.
No,
Yes.
our faces look like it's 40 degrees.
Yeah, so some great questions coming in. Yeah, so a couple have been asking for the recipes. That PDF link that I drop in.
So it's under David Bryce, in case you don't know.
Yeah,
yeah.
It'll be on, yeah.
Is it?
It will be. Or maybe it's Cake Flicks.
Oh, no, it's under Cake Flicks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is under Cake Flicks, yeah. So just print that off, or it'll take you to the Cake Flicks site, just download it, print it off, and that's your tools and ingredients. So, Swiss meringue, I remember the panics you were having.
Oh, that's what the ting was, because Matthew was filming and I tasted the buttercream off camera, and when I went back I was talking about it and it was just, I had buttercream on my lip. That's what the ting. We were too busy looking at the comments and then we heard the ting and we couldn't remember what the ting was. That's right, I got caught in the act.
Caught in the act. Yeah, so what were we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about a couple of things. First one is this Saturday's lineup for caking all over the world. Here we go.
All over the world.
All over the world. So this week we're starting in Australia.
We're getting more diverse with the countries as well.
Zoe Clark, then we've got Janine Walker also in Australia, and then we're off to Dubai for Bennett Flor Perez.
Benetti. Yeah.
And then Sydney Galpern in the US, Jen in Ireland, Carla Rodriguez in Portugal, Jackie Kelly and Dawn Butler in England, over to Spain for Paul. And this name is brilliant. Turquoise Squirrel in South Africa. Google her, look at her cakes, they're absolutely amazing.
Lovely, yeah.
Then it's Robert Harwood in Australia, and Phil and Christine from the Cake Professionals in England. And then we're off to Mexico for Daniela, and then over to the US for Anna. So another busy weekend.
Oh, really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to start releasing the pictures tomorrow of what the artists are going to make. We've allowed the artists to already go for it, so they've already started posting because they're so excited. And we've got a really busy week this week, so I thought if they can start sharing the love of what they're going to be, sharing their passion with you, and then it just starts to get the drums rumbling.
The drums rumbling.
Yes.
Yeah. So where can you find all these courses afterwards? Well, they're all free to view. There's no account needed set up or anything. If you just go onto the cakeflix.com website, and this little button under resources, you'll see live TV. There's all sorts of great stuff in there. The cake Q&A, I think there's about 9,000 or 10,000 questions in there. There's cake calculators that will resize your recipes and tell you how much ganache, buttercream, sugar paste you need. Lots of other things. Oh, and see at the bottom there, cake of the month. And of course I've got the picture here.
Oh, here we go. Look at that. You're so organised, Mr. Bryce.
Oh, I know, you're impressed, aren't you? So this is CakeFlix members' Cake of the Month winner, and so Raluca's won £200 to spend at the cake decorating company. But look at these, isn't it great? So our company name is the Buzzy Bee.
I know.
Parky Cakes.
I love the wings. The wings are so cool.
What a great
But
cake.
also she goes into the. Oh, what was that? Oh, I thought there was something up my leg. She's also in the draw to win, hopefully, to fly to Malaga next year to come film a tutorial with us. So there'll be each artist every month goes into each winner of the month, the cake of the month, goes into the hat, and on Christmas Eve we will pick someone who's going to fly all the way here to Malaga to film their very own tutorial. Yeah.
So Lindsay's just asked, do you have an app? Yes, we do. We're on all the major streaming services. So if you go to cakeflix.com, in there, if you click on the button Start Free Trial, it'll just give you options. And we've got the standard package, premium and pro package. And the standard package is apps only, premium and pro.
Yeah.
It's over 1,000 lessons. So yeah, that'd be great if you could pop over there. That would be fantastic. And somebody asked if we have a shop. Not anymore. We're all online.
Yeah, we used to have a shop with 6 shops at one point, but we're just here in our little bubble.
In our little
Spanish
well,
bubble.
everybody's in their bubbles.
Yeah, that's true.
So are we ready for lesson 3? And it looks like your buns are coming out the oven.
What's now? The buns are out. Yeah.
Buns are out.
Yeah. Somebody was saying about they're having problems with they have problems getting a blue. Now, if you look on the screen there once it goes on, it looks green, but when you cut into it, it's actually blue. So there you go.
I don't understand.
So they have problems getting a blue colour when they colour their sponge.
Oh, okay.
But when it comes out of the oven, it looks green. But actually, once you cut into it, it's a beautiful blue, and that's using the Rainbow Dust Pro Gel. All right, good. That's answered that one.
So Tracy Ann saying thanks from Cape Town. Yep, Sarah spotted the buttercream in your lip, and Rabina's saying can't wait for Saturday. Yeah, and Linda's saying in Canada we have fondant, gum paste, and modelling chocolate. Can you match the term for me, please? For example, sugar paste.
Sugar paste is fondant. Gum paste is flour paste, and what was the other one?
Gum paste is modelling chocolate.
Modelling chocolate is modelling chocolate.
It's just modelling chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can make modelling chocolate by adding gums to sugar paste.
No.
Okay,
fast
forget
forward.
me.
Right, off we go. Right,
we're on to lesson 3, and Paul's buns are out the oven.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to just leveling the cake off. So what we need to do, I've left one cake still in the tin. So if you just put your pat knife in, just very lightly, just run that around. And what I like to do is just drop it from a height. like that. And it sticks to the bottom. That's because I've left it to go cold. If I'd done it earlier on, but never mind. It'll be fine. So it came out anyway, so that's fine. It's a wee bit annoying because, as you'll see, the rest of them all came out perfect. Let's just see. Yep, they all came out perfect when they were still a little bit warm. So anyway, you can see the colour, which is good. Right, okay, so now I was cutting the orange one, and you'll see it just crumbled a little bit because I changed the setting 3 times, and the cake's just too fragile. So I went through once with the cutter, went through a second time, and the third time it started to crumble. So luckily I did a batch yesterday, so I brought one out that was baked yesterday. It's a little bit more orange actually, but that's yesterday's one. So I've got my Agbe here. Now, I never used the Agbe because the first time I used it, I really badly cut myself, and it just put me off using it again. So we're going to attempt here, just so we get the levels. Now, the cakes have actually, they're a little bit thinner than what I was hoping for, but we could cut it thinner, but I'm just going to keep it an inch, because I 1 inch in depth, okay? So I've set it to the 1 inch on here. I'll pop this on here, and we just want to very carefully just go in, and you can cut this thing is really sharp. You've got to just really be careful. There we go. Now take that off. Ooh, nice colour. Now see when it first goes on, I just find it sometimes just doesn't quite get it right, so just put it back on and then just back over again. You see that last wee bit there? It's because when it went on, the crust pushes the blade a little bit. There we go. Now, ideally, we want that to be perfect all the way, because it's not quite high enough. It's a wee bit annoying. Okay, but it'll be fine. When you cut into it, you'll still get the lovely effect from it. And look how lovely that sponge is. Smells lovely. Okay, so I'm going to cut the rest of these ones up. Fast. So that was a bit interesting. We just cut out the last crust on the cake and we had a power cut and lost all that footage. So I do apologise, but we have got this camera too, so you'll just see me cutting away right now probably at the edge of the cake. So just quite simply just placing that on and cutting around the edge. Okay, so easy peasy. So once we get that done, I've got some simple syrup made up, which I've never made in my life before, and I've put some in this little squirty bottle, so it's easy to decant and onto the cake, and it's just equals water to caster sugar, granulated sugar, doesn't matter, and just bring it to the boil, let it simmer for a little minute, just so it can starts to thicken up, and now you've got a great syrup that you can pour on your cake if you're worried it's going to dry out, because normally I would put Baileys or something on the cake, or normally it's a mud cake, so I'm not worried about the texture, normally the oil, and that keeps it good. Now, my stock levels have went down, I can't believe it, and I've not got any 10-inch or 9-inch or 11-inch boards. I've only got a 12-inch cake drum, which is going to look really random for this cake. It's so annoying. So that's all I've got. So that's what we're going to have to use, a 12-inch round. It's going to look really daft, not very modern looking, but just one of these things, isn't it? I can't do anything about it. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I just can't just go out and nips and buy one. So that's just my bad planning. So I do apologise. Okay, so let's get this beautiful Italian meringue. It's not Swiss meringue buttercream. Right. Okay. Oh, it smells. It smells really nice. Okay, so I'm going to get a piping bag. Okay, and we just want to just get the buttercream and fill the piping bag. Now, of course, we don't have to have too many layers of have the buttercream too thick, should I say? Because obviously it's going to be a skyscraper. Now, where's my little palette knife? There's my palette knife there. Okay, and a pair of scissors. And what we want to do is we want to just cut the end. There we go. That's about just over a centimetre actually. Yeah. Okay, so if we bring this over, I'm going to scrape that across there, but it makes a horrible noise. Okay, and I just want to put a little bit of the buttercream down just to hold it in place for transportation. All right, so we're going to start off with the obviously the bottom cake. So just place that on. Oh, feels so wrong being such a big board, but never mind, it'll be fine. Okay, and I'm going to get my simple syrup, and we just want to drizzle that over the cake. Okay. Okay, and it just gives it a nice, or it should give it a nice moist finish without making it. It looks like I'm putting lots on, but it's just like when you put the Baileys in the cake, it just seeps in. Okay, so there we go. I think that's fine. Maybe a bit more just around here. There we go. Yeah, a bit more around there. Oh, a bit more there. There we go. That's fine. Good. Right. Okay, and now what we want to do is I want to go round, and we just want to add this buttercream. We're going to use a palette knife just to flatten it out. Now, I'm just going to go round like that, and then around, and you can see here I'm just adding the buttercream. It just really helps to get a nice even distribution of the buttercream. Okay, so now I'm just going to give this a wee clean, this palette knife. Alright, so palette knife a little clean, and of course what we want to now is just, oh, it's just so lovely. Wow, it's definitely not like the buttercream that I used to make. Back in the day it was all grainy. Oops, my turntable's locked. Here's the, that's weird, there we go. Right, so just around, because I've piped it on, it doesn't take much to level it. Okay. I feel like I've got too much there, so I'm just going to pop that back in there. Yep. Right, okay, and then we just want to then go up. This looks more pink than the colour I was expecting, but still looks nice. Now, even though it should be all flat, I'm still going to look to see if it looks like it needs to be different angles. There we go, beautiful. Okay, and again, out with our little syrup, and just around, adding that on. Oops. So just try and make sure we get it everywhere just to... Oops, this cake, I've been invited to a dinner party next Wednesday, so it's about 5 days away. So I've decided I'm going to freeze the cake because it's so warm here. I'm going to freeze it and then bring it out the day before. Okay, so I'm going to put this on again. This time I'm just going to go a little bit thinner, so holding the nozzle a little bit closer to the cake. Now, of course, if you want to put jam in here, or one of the ideas I was going to go for was sprinkles in the middle, like a donut. So cut the middle out and put sprinkles or Smarties in the middle. But I decided not to do that because I'm going to have to cut the cake to show how it looks. And I thought I need to kind of put it back together again for the party. They're getting a second-hand cake. And I thought having the Smarties in the middle is not going to be a smart idea. For that type of thing, so I just thought we'll just keep it plain so it'll be easier to hide the fact that we've cut it open for the camera. Okay, so just around. Again, always make sure when you're doing this to make sure it doesn't go like a dome in the middle there, okay? It's really weird because I would normally use the big, huge palette knife, but because it's buttercream, I don't know why it needs to be like a more delicate. Normally I've got my big giant palette knife out. There we go. Okay, and all I want to do is repeat the same process all the way to the top, okay? So the next layer we'll put on would be the blue one, and then, is it blue then green, or green then blue? Okay, I actually have forgotten what way the rainbow go, but I've got it on my phone here, so let's just have a look. Oh yeah, so it's purple, we're going to purple, then it's sort of indigo, and then it's blue, then it's green, yellow, orange, red. Like you don't see a rainbow all the time. Alright, so we're going to stack it up. And there we go. So that's it stacked. So it feels like it's maybe just a little bit squinty. There we go. That's good. Now, what I want to do now is we're going to just give it a quick... I'm going to just pop this buttercream on the side and we're going to give it a quick crumb coat. So I'm just going to use up what's left in the piping bag. And I'm just going to go up and down. And I'm going to chuck it in the freezer just to let it firm up. That's fine, good. Right, and then bring this bowl over. I'm going to scrape what's down. So that one batch wasn't enough, so I'm going to have to make another batch up. But we've corrected it on the notes for you, so you make double the amount. I can't believe how much it's taken just for this one cake. I'm totally shocked. Right, so lift the palette knife up, onto the side, and we just want to go back and forward, and we're just sealing that in. The good thing is that I don't have to worry about crumbs, because we're going to have to make a new batch. So there's always a silver lining. Oh, it does feel lovely, even going round the cake. It's a big cake though, isn't it? Now that I see the size of it, it's a stutter. Okay, so just paddling, always work on your, if I'm right-handed, I'm working on my left side. So it's your hands kind of coming up, oops, and over. Same as how I teach with the buttercream, the ganache. Okay, so that's fine. And then I'm just going to scrape the rest out. I just want to use all this up. Pop that on the top. There we go. So now I'm just going to make the same amount up again for the next batch, because I'm going to use it for something else, can't I? So, but probably we could just done with adding maybe just a third more, or probably just doing 1.5 batches, to be honest. Okay, so I'm just going to spin that around, let it fall down this side, go and then round. Right, there we go. Now, before I put this in the freezer, I do want to give it a quick scrape with my metal scraper, so it'll make me feel better. Okay, so just on the side, and around the top, just to get a decent shape before it firms up. So while this is in the freezer, I'm going to I've already weighed my ingredients out for this. So while it's chilling, I'll just get the other batch made up. And I'll tidy the studio a wee bit as well, because it looks a little bit untidy. There we go. Right, how's that? Is that feeling like a happy place? I think so. Yeah, so that's a good crumb coat. All right, so chuck it in the freezer or in the fridge, tidy up, eat that orange cake, and then we come back. We're going to do the final coat. Okay, so as you can see here, well, look, we've got another yummy big batch of the Swiss meringue buttercream. So made it a bit faster this time because I knew what I was doing this time, so it was much faster. And you see that it's got a really nice consistency. Okay, I still use the whisk. I forgot again to put the paddle on, but never mind. Okay, so the same thing again. So we just want to really add this on, but of course, this time we're putting a much thicker layer on. So they say about 1 centimetre thickness, so it's quite a thick amount. Obviously, it's got to be that thick so that we don't see the cake underneath, and it gives you enough spread in the ability. And it's probably quite hard for you to see this when I'm at the wrong side of the table. So just you can see the little action go back and forward, and all what I do is just do that all the way around until we get it completely coated. So we'll just do a wee quick fast forward, I think, here. Okay, so there we go. So all I'm doing now is just going round and just giving it a good paddle, looking to see if there's any bits that need some extra buttercream. Feels good. There's a wee bit down there. You can't see it, but just a wee bit there just to fill in There we go. So back and forward. There we go. I think that's me all the way around. All right. So now I can't find my metal one that Mish gave me a long time ago, and because I didn't really use it, so I had to get this from the DIY shop. It's never been used. It has been cleaned. So just so we've got the extra height to scrape around the sides. Okay. So all we want to do is just put the scraper on, and of course we just want to scrape around. Take off the excess. Okay, now we want to have a wee look. So you can see there's some bubbles, so we just want to go back on again and just keep on scraping until we get a really nice, smooth finish. Now you're better to scrape it round and take it off. And have another wee look. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to do one more. No, stop there. So you can see there. Can you see that, Matthew? Yeah. So you can see the bits that just need a little bit more. I need to do it this side because I can't do it apply it that side. So just a little bit on there. A little bit up there. And some down there. And I'm just filling in any of the sort of bits that I've got big air bubbles. There we go. There we go. Maybe a wee bit more up here. Right, how's that? Now we've got a wee bit there as well, so let's just get that wee bit. But it goes on like a dream. I can now see why people like using it. Yep, maybe a wee bit more there. There, right. Okay, now just give the scraper a clean. Right. Okay, I could do a bit of tissue paper. Okay, so let's just go back on again. Okay, and just scraping that around. Remember to scrape it off like that. Okay. Okay, so you can see a wee bit more scraping is done up there. Yeah, it's looking good though. Okay. Now I'm just going to hold this. Do I need to? No, it's fine. I thought maybe the angle wasn't quite right, but it's fine. So just on there. Oops. Right. How's that looking? Oh yeah, it looks good. Yep, I'm happy with that. I think that looks lovely. Yep. For buttercream, I'm happy with that. Okay, so then what we have to, now at this point I would probably put the cake in the fridge and trim off the top, but I'm going to go get down with the kids. I'm going to do the trendy way. I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just going to do what everyone else does and just tweak it off. So I've got my thing here. It just doesn't feel right. So we want to blend and just bring this buttercream in on the top here. So just across. Oh, see, I'm too scared to do it like that. Okay, I think that's too difficult. So I'm going to try the scraper. Okay. Turn this around so I can scrape the other side out. Okay, yep, that feels a bit better. There we go. Right. Whew. Right, stand back. Right, okay, so obviously need to get the top bit looking a bit nicer. So I need to just get a bit more of the buttercream and just apply that on top. Also doesn't need as much up top. Okay, this palette knife is not straight, so it's not going to give me a nice top. So what I'm going to do is go back to this, give it a little wipe. So to finish it off, I'm going to go around the sides just at the top there, just to scrape that last bit up. Hopefully not ruin the cake. Yep, and then the idea is we scrape this in and then it should be done. Okay, so wow, it's hard work. Last little bit. There. Right, okay. Now at this point I want to go back on, so I'm going to try not to, I'm just going to go around and just give it a wee smooth. But for my first sharp-edged buttercream cake, I'm going to be honest, I am very, very happy with it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's as good as I'm going to get. Yep, there we go. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's my first one. So obviously I've ganashed a lot, but hopefully after a few more, I can get this looking a little bit more sharper. It's a little bit bumpy, but the time we get the swirls on, it'll be all good. So I'm going to quick tidy up, and then we come back, we're going to put the swirls on.
Hello!
Fast forward, meringuing, buttercreaming, and what else were you doing?
So what's quite funny is I think some people think it's live. Hello! It's not live! So we're cheating tonight, and we're just playing one of our tutorials from the website. So it's actually really good fun.
Do you know it's good as all the interaction, all the questions, because when we're filming tutorials, you try and answer as much as you can, but you don't get all the questions. So
no, and what's interesting is it didn't look that sharp, did it? So I guess we did a lot of work off camera for that one, because it looked sharp on the last pitch on the photo. So I think I did spend a bit more time sharpening it up off camera, because obviously you can't spend ages just doing the same thing all the time. Yeah, so I can't believe I can see what Dave's about to play on here. So
I've been looking forward to this all day, because we've been having a bit of fun, because Greg, who's doing a new promo video for us, and he'd asked for some footage, so we shot all the serious stuff. And if you want to laugh,
well, let me explain. So
it doesn't need explaining.
I was doing the lines, and I got my lines all mixed up, and I was getting really frustrated, and I was tired. And this is how I reacted to me getting annoyed. Ha 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 ha! Very funny.
Oh dear. So we've got one lesson to go, and what might that be?
So this will be doing the swirlies and adding the vermicelli. No, the colourful stuff. The sprinkles. Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, one of the things that we want to do, because we don't sell products or anything, the way Cakeflix makes its money is by membership subscriptions. So
No way.
if you get a chance, if you'd be so kind, if you haven't already gone to the website, and I know that a lot of our members are on, so we don't want to preach to the converted, but please pop over to cakeflix.com. Have a wee look. There's lots to offer. We've got apps, we've got over 1,000 tutorials. I think there's about 90 tutors now with the help of Caking All Over the World. And yeah, we would like to do some funny stuff. So if you've got 30 seconds, that's all this will take, a quick advert for Cakeflix. 30 seconds, see you then, and then we'll be straight back and into the last bit.
All right, so on to the last bit. Yay! So what I've got here, I went down to the local supermarket, and it's funny they're two different names, but strange. See that? It's different. Strange. They both look the same. Oh no, they're a wee bit. One's smaller, one's bigger. Yeah. So I'm going to go for the. Let's just see what they look like. Can I put them in? So I didn't think I had that many sprinkles. So I'm quite surprised at how many sprinkles I do have at home. When I was thinking I didn't have anything like sprinkles. So I just want to pour them in there. So yeah, that'll do. So I'm not going to put them all in. A little half packet. Put some of these in. So these are 100 grams a packet. Okay, some of the bigger ones, or the little one, more little ones. The more little ones. And then I've got the little tiny, the wee round ones that are good for doing confetti work. So I thought they were quite good. So what I thought I'd do is just open them up, just to add even more colour. So, little mix in there, that's fine. And then, just to add a little bit more of a shimmer, I've got pearls and stuff. So I've got these gold ones, the little, I don't know where they came from, they're just little confetti things. I think I got them in the supermarket. Okay, just open them up, and I'm just going to put them all in. There we go. It doesn't go that far when you open it up. There we go. And then to finish off, I thought just some of these little pearls as well. Don't know what, just little ivory pearls. Okay, and we just want to mix that through. Let's have a look. More pearls. More. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so there we go. And just chuck that back in there. I was going to put the big pearls in, but I'm not going to put the big pearls in anymore. It's going to be all quite small. And all I want to do is bring the cake over here, okay, and then lift up. And whoa! And all I want to do is get a big handful and just spread it on the side. So that's why I've got the lid there, to try and capture some of the mess. There we go. Right there. And the idea is you're just looking for it to go up and down. So it's like a wee fun fair, like a merry-go-round. Okay. My goodness, this cake's a lot heavier than you think. And just all that buttercream. There we go. And this is why I don't do children's parties. People are like, why don't you do kiddies' parties, cake decorating? Can you imagine the mess? Right, please tell me I'm close to the end. Is that the end? Yay. There, good. There, we'll bring that across. There we go. Because my hand was getting too sore. And just get a little scraper or palette knife. And we just want to get that excess off. How nice is that? Look. Beautiful. I can't believe this hasn't been in my life. Oh, this colour. Whoa, as it flips upside down. I've already dropped a mixer, I didn't tell you that. So my hands still had butter on them from making the high speed buttercream. And I lifted the Kenwood mixer up with one hand. And it just slipped and flipped right upside down. So I've now got a dent. I've not tried it yet, so I don't even know if it's working. Hopefully it is. I think Matthew was quite surprised when I told him how much it costs. There we go. There. Lovely. Right, so just leave that on there. Okay, let's have a wee spin round. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yep. Happy with that. Okay, and now we want to do our little pipe swirls. Now I've only got a small nozzle on here. It's a PME 13 star nozzle. I'd rather use a much bigger one, but I don't have it. So today I'm just going to have to go for the small. Okay, so you can do a little practice if you want on the table. Like that. Okay, so the idea is we go up. So I'm going to start at, actually I should start here. So I'm just going to spin this around a little bit. I've got too much in the bag. Okay, so starting here at 6 o'clock and just doing a big swirl and then just all the way around. And then the same thing again. And then in the middle. Like that. And then here. There we go. And then obviously one in between. There we go. There we go. Good. And then to finish off, just getting some of your little sprinkles, and you just want to sprinkle them in the top of each one. Now, can you give us the game away? When we've got all the rainbow colours on the outside, the confetti, but of course they're not going to be expecting the cake inside to be a rainbow. And there we go. I think a wee bit in the middle as well. Why not? There we go. So there we go. So we've got one amazing Swiss buttercream rainbow hidden inside reveal yumminess. Yay! Yay! Yay!
Oh, I wanted to see it getting cut.
I know.
You cut that bit out. How did you cut that bit out? That's my favourite bit.
Not me. Yeah, that must have been another video.
I think that's on the overview.
On the overview.
Yeah,
video.
so that's the wee advert bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, because that was a funny thing, I had to cut it open to show it cut before we gave it to the friend. So we cut it open and had to jigsaw it back together again so they couldn't see the cut.
Yeah. So, hopefully that's been
Was
great
that good fun
for us.
I enjoyed that.
Well, do you know the good thing is, because normally it takes us about an hour to tidy up. It takes about an hour and a half to set up.
I think we should do that again.
We do this every week.
Why don't we do this every Tuesday? Let's have a Jackanory every Tuesday.
It's,
we've got over 1,000 tutorials. I think we should do it. Let's see thumbs up. Who wants to see a Jackanory every Tuesday?
Do you know? Don't bring Paul on for policy decisions when we're live. He just gets us in so much bother.
I know, but it just stops me having to do more cakes.
No, but you still need to film your tutorials. Anyway, get back to your rave dance.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, you can take the boy out of Bathgate. do you know, I was going to talk about the Cake Flix Master, but
I'm really hot now.
I don't think it'd be a good link just after that.
No.
But what we will do anyway. Cake Flix Master. Last time we're going to talk about tonight. Yes, we're doing the Cake Flix Master, which is an accredited educational training certificate. Advanced, Intermediate and Foundation. So if you want more information, pop on over to cakeflix.com and the Cake Flix Master menu. So yeah, there's lots of details in there, but it's endorsed by FDQ, who are regulated by Ofqual. How did that sound? You think I was reading my stuff today?
I know that. Yeah, I was just looking at all the funny faces coming through.
I know. What wasn't quite the correct link, was it?
No, but I think people are liking it. A lot of people like seeing having a wee bit of commentary this time. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a wee chat, but we'll definitely do it again because that was good fun.
We'll do something. Yeah. That was one of our shorter tutorials, but it was all good. So. That's what I didn't talk about. Yeah, this week's tutorial very, very quickly.
Oh, I like that cake.
Yeah, so this was the Summer Meadow tutorial, which is coming out on Thursday for our members. And you actually made 2 butterflies. So there was
you can't see one around the back.
There's 2 on there. So
it doesn't really match my style with that cake, I don't think. But no, I really enjoyed making it.
It was a lovely.
I was also in a summery mood that day.
But what was it?
Or spring, summer.
But was it easier? Did you just make it look easy?
Oh, it was extremely difficult to make that cake.
But yeah, so that's live on Thursday, and of course we're going to be live on Saturday again with our Caking All Over the World. Very, very quick rundown of who we've got coming up. It's like a who's who.
And remember, the cherry on the cake at the end, we actually sing at the end, so you've got to stay up.
Forgot to say that. Yeah.
So we do. What's it called again?
Caking All Over the World.
No. What's the actual song?
Rocking All Over the
Rocking
World.
All Over the World.
Yeah.
So we do a little naughty one at the end.
Yeah. So we get a little drink, balls aside, have a glass of wine, and we have a little sing song.
Yeah.
And somebody was asking, when do we get to see round the rest of the studio in the storeroom? Well, that's when, at the end of Caking All Over the World.
Oh, we get the camera out, and you get to see the dogs, and you get to see the studio, how messy it is.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So, so we've got that to look forward to on Saturday. And, so...
How much is the foundation course, someone's asking? So do they need to go over to the website?
Yeah, if you go to the website, everything's explained there, and... there's all the details.
Cakeflix.com, and it's just under Cake Master.
Cakeflix Master.
Yeah.
It keeps in Cake Master.
Cake Master. Cakeflix Master.
Rosie will be over with a baseball bat for you.
I'm trying to speak too fast.
Cakeflix Master. Yeah, so... Well, thanks very much for tuning in, guys. And I know there was a bake-off programme started at 9 o'clock UK time.
I think that's,
So we'll start an hour earlier next week. Methinks until the bake-off's finished.
It's a great lineup of this weekend, honestly. So it just keeps getting better as well. Or not getting better. It's just as good as. Don't want to insult in the artists.
No. But it's just amazing every week, and the amount of prep and effort that these guys go to. And it's one of the things is that we don't talk about any promotions, and neither do the guests. We're all just doing it for the fun of entertainment, and it comes across like that, which is what we really love about it.
And we've got two Isomalt this weekend.
2 Isomalts this week.
Yes.
So there's another of your scary disciplines that you've not tried.
Yeah. So.
Right, well,
anyway, we're off skis.
Yeah,
have we whiskey? You have a wee whiskey?
Not
whiskey.
No, not on a school night. But,
back to the coffee.
Actually, we'll have a wee cup of coffee.
Wee coffee.
A wee coffee. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. And take care of yourselves.
Adios.
Bye for now.
Ciao.